chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there, it's very commonplace for the narcissist to instill self-doubt within you. Now, they would have done this at the ending of the relationship, and they would have also subtly instilled self-doubt in you throughout the relationship. They would have done this more covertly. You may not have even noticed it was taking place, okay? But they would have been instilling self-doubt within you until this point of the ending of the relationship. And oftentimes, at the ending of the relationship, they'll plant these seeds of doubt within you, which leaves you seeing a vision. I hope you understand what I mean here. Let me break it down a bit better. Like, let's say you're discarded or you're reverse discarded. Even it doesn't even matter. You know, you could have even cut the narcissist off, but it can still leave you with this vision, okay? And that's seeing a vision for change. Perhaps if you cut the narcissist off, maybe you want to see a change in them, right? But if you were discarded or reverse discarded, it's often likely that you see a vision where you could change in a certain way, okay? Perhaps you could do more, okay? Perhaps you see ways that you could be better, and you see this whole vision. It occupies your mind. You ruminate about it, and you see this way of, if you do this and you do that, it could be like the perfect world with you and this narcissist. Let's say, because oftentimes you might have touched upon narcissistic abuse videos or books or whatnot, but it's oftentimes you might be even feeling bad for the narcissist, thinking it's something to do with their upbringing, and perhaps you just even dabble in narcissistic videos and then you pull away from it, and you don't really you might know about narcissism, but you're not seeing the full severity of the situation, and it can leave you in this mindset of seeing this vision, okay? And oftentimes even people I've spoken to in sessions, they've been in this place, and they've even tried to reach out to the narcissist, or speak to the narcissist, or tell the narcissist how much they can change and the vision they see with them together, right? And more often than not, the narcissist will actually push them away further, okay? And that immediately leaves them with a lot of heartache. I want to say that if any of you have been in that situation where you have seen this vision, you had all these ideas going through your mind, you were ruminating about it, and you expressed to the narcissist how you felt, and they pushed you away, remember, you're not a reject, okay? You're not a reject, and the narcissist is gonna be annoyed that they didn't take you up on your offering that you suggested, okay? It's just them being stubborn. They're pushing you away, and don't be hard on yourself either for doing this, okay? Don't be hard on yourself either, because that is the good nature within you, okay? But now, if you have gone through with that, and you've expressed to the narcissist and they've pushed you away, or you're anticipating actually doing that, expressing to the narcissist about how much you could change and all this stuff, please don't, right? If you're anticipating actually speaking to the narcissist, telling them how much you can change, telling them about this vision you have with you and them, you can go through it like they're gonna probably move the goalpost or push you away or do something like that. It's more often than not that they'll do that. But I want you to understand that you shouldn't be changing yourself for them, okay? I'm not saying you're perfect, but it's really them that needs to change. Like, they've instilled this self-doubt in you. When you, like, you might have to go through with the process of trying to reconcile, of trying to reach out to get to the place that I'm talking about. But I want you to, like, really think about this, right? Really think about this. You need to think about this because you haven't done anything wrong, right? They've brainwashed you into thinking there's things that you can change about yourself. They've instilled this self-doubt, things that you could change, things that you could do better. And they know what they're doing. That's why they often push you away. They know that they've planted these seeds of doubt in your mind during a discard or a reverse discard or the ending of the relationship. They know they've planted these seeds of doubt where you're going to sway towards that because you do like to fix things. They've seen this numerous times throughout the relationship. They've seen you swoop in, repair a problem, fix an issue, save your empath, genuine soul, authentic soul, fixing the problem. So they know if they present you with an issue or a problem, you're gonna rectify that. And this is what they know that you're gonna behave like. They know that you're gonna behave like this and do these certain things. So you really need to analyze what I'm trying to express here, and it's you don't need to be changing yourself. You don't need to be doing more. Okay? Stop letting the narcissist make you think you could have done better or done more. Okay? Stop letting them make you think that you could change, do better or done more or whatever like that, because they don't deserve it. Okay? If this was genuine people in a genuine relationship and you wanted to do more for your significant other, or you wanted to, that's okay, but they don't deserve you changing or bettering yourself for them. Okay? Because you've done more than enough already. Right? This what's initiated you to go on this endeavor of changing yourself, of seeing this vision, is down to the seeds that they planted in your mind and the self-doubt that they've instilled in you to make you feel like you've done something wrong, right? They like to blame shift. They like to blame shift. They like to instill self-doubt, and they do this. So really, and there's a lot of things that happen throughout the entirety of the relationship where you took fault for. You may have said sorry, and it was actually them. This is what they do. They will have you apologizing, saying sorry, and they're the one behind it. They're the one that started the argument or caused the issue. And they subtly instill self-doubt in you, and it'll make you apologize and say sorry. They do this. Okay, they're very weird. They're very weird. So you don't need to change yourself. I want you to have a vision for yourself, right? That's what you should be focusing on when a relationship ends. Is this vision for yourself. Where do you see your life going, right? Learn the acceptance that the relationship is over. Okay, that's what you should focus on, because you might have to go through the whole process. I'll be honest. You might have to go through the whole process of like trying to reconcile, of telling them how much you've changed and how much you can do, and like you might have to get rejected, right? You're not a reject if they reject you or push you away. You're not a reject. Like they baited you out to do that, and then they wanted to crush you even more and hurt you even more. And this is a narcissist that wants to hurt you a lot. So you should, if you can be proud of what you've done, right? Flip the dynamics on it and be proud that you tried to. They'll regret that offering that you made. I'm telling you, they'll regret that offering when they get forward. But you should be proud of what you've done. It's the good nature in you. You cared about this person deeply. They were important to you in your life, and you tried to make things work out. That's what you got to take it as. But the closure you can get from that is when they move the goalpost or push you away or do whatever, is Don't be hard on yourself for doing it or feel like an idiot for reaching out to them or anything like that. Just be proud of yourself, but you can have closure and accept, okay, like, you pushed me away. That's fine. And then that's time for you to say that you need to stop going down that road of trying to change, of telling them you're going to change, of doing those things, and focus on a vision for yourself, okay? I always encourage to make a year plan when you think the time is right. Make a year plan, financial plan, things like this. I've heard people, when the narcissist is out of their lives, like, they've got more money. The narcissist was actually causing them financial strain, right? Things like that. There's things that you can incorporate in your life, like a vision for your life, okay? Now, I know that might be hard to do. Because you're so conditioned in seeing a vision with you and them, and life feels meaningless and empty without them in it. But I tell you, that's like, how can I put this? That feeling of emptiness and like life's meaningless without them is honestly a really big delusion. I'm not belittling you now, putting you down. It's a really big delusion, and that can last for some time. It's the hurt that you've been through, the pain that you've been through, the gaslighting you've been through, the devaluation you've been through, the whole manipulation you've been through, can leave you quite delusional, where all you see is them. I don't know if delusional is the right word. I do apologize if anyone's taking offense to that, but it is delusional, okay? And when you come away from that thinking, you'll look back on at yourself. I promise you'll look back at yourself and be like, oh my God. You'll be like, I'm so grateful that to God or the universe that they pushed you away, that they didn't accept your offering when you reached out and promised them the world and all this. Like, you'll be so grateful that, and you'll be like, oh God, like you'll be like, perhaps a better definition is lovesick. Is lovesick the right word? Put it in the comments section. I don't know how to express what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to like articulate what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is you're in a it's a delusion, lovesick. You're in a bad way. Okay, you're in a bad way, and you naturally will come out of that phase. You will come out of that phase as long as you stop talking to them, as long as you don't communicate with them, you don't accept Hoovers. You will come out of that phase, and you will look back on it, and you'll be shocked. You'll be grateful. You'll be thankful that they didn't accept. You'll be thankful that they didn't accept your offering of a life together, of reconciliation. Like, you'll be so grateful, and that's not only because of who you meet in your life. Okay, because I always say to you, like, take your time after, like, take some serious time after for healing. Don't just rush into new relationships. But you'll be truly grateful for the person who you become. The person who you become, the way your life leads, the way your life goes. Even for those of you that have children, the way the relationships you have with your children will improve, probably. Right? I've heard of this happening to people before. I've seen it in the comment section before. A new lease of life, career, business, new ideas, vision. Now you have a vision, a totally different vision. Okay, and like, you get to that place where you wouldn't trade that for the world. You wouldn't trade that for a life with them, should I say. Like, you think, oh my God, if you had a life with them and they accepted you on your offering, you'd be like, oh my God, you'd have been miserable. Right? And you see it for what it is, and plus you start to learn more and more about narcissism, not only from our channel but other channels alike, and books, and your own experience, everything like that. You break down your own experience, and you learn more and more, and you come away from that that delusional lovesick mind state of where you only can see a world with you and them in it. Okay? So please understand that there's nothing you could have done better. There's nothing you could have done more of. Stop letting the narcissist make you think you could have been better or done more. It's a very, very common tactic, okay? And this is done to instill self-doubt. You don't need to change yourself. You don't need to be a certain way or look a certain way or do this a certain way or anything, right? There's nothing that you need to change. You've done your best by this person, by your capabilities at the time. Naturally, as life proceeds, you're going to improve, okay? So I don't want you improving, going through a whole journey like of improvement, of self-improvement, and then thinking in your mind that, oh wow, you'd be so much better for the narcissist. No, that's something else that could possibly happen. So you could go on your whole journey of healing. A narcissist hoovers you, maybe after a year or 2 years or whatever, right? Narcissist, I don't know, it could be any amount of time, but a narcissist hoovers you. You've been on your journey of self-improvement. They know you're recharged and re-energized, and then you feel like perhaps you've made some good career choices or good business choices or some investments, or life's picked up for you in a myriad of ways, right? And then now the narcissist hoovers you, and then you're like, oh wow, like I can be so much better for them now. That's not fair. You've gone on this whole journey of self-improvement, of bettering your life, of having a vision, and then you give in to the hoover, right? So you need to make sure that you're on this process of self-improvement, this process that when you have this vision for your life, that you do not forget what this narcissist done to you. You do not forget the manipulation you've gone through, the devaluation, the gaslighting, and you remember what they've done. And remember what they've done, and you'll become sick by them. Like, be disgusted by them with their attitude, with the way that they handled the situation. Be disgusted with them. Okay, I don't want any of you getting drawn back in by the narcissist further down the line if they bait you or anything like that, right? So I think that naturally, if you do improve, when you do improve in life and you go on a path of self-discovery and self-improvement and stuff like this, which is what you're going to do, it's going to happen inevitably, right? I think that you will become distant to them. Your feelings will distance. That lovesick state that you was in will fade. And if they do hoover, I'm thinking this is how it's going to be. If they do hoover, you'll reject them, or you just ignore them. That's what I think you will do, but it could be a possibility that you give in to the hoover, right? Because it was such a strong force where that used to occupy your mind when you was in that lovesick state of not seeing a world without them and stuff like that. And I don't want loneliness or being alone to push you to that either, okay? It's a superpower in being alone, okay? It's a very powerful thing you can do in being alone. It actually teaches you to love yourself more, and you fill yourself with self-love, and you don't need external validation from people. It's a very powerful thing to do, and it's something that you it should be incorporated in those that have gone through narcissistic abuse, to go through your healing journey alone, okay? It's the best thing to do. I know it might sound very hard, but it's actually very powerful to do this thing alone, okay? And fill yourself with self-love, because the more you love yourself, the better you are for someone else in your life anyway. But just don't rush into new things and stuff like that, okay? So just remember, like I said, okay, thanks for listening today, but just remember, like I said, you don't need to change. You don't need to be better or do more or change or anything like that, right? This narcissist tried to make you think that way. And I hope and I pray and I ask God, and I know I'm not all that powerful to just speak blessings on your name, but I think if our intentions are right and we align together, then we can help each other out. And my intentions are that you see through what I'm saying, you embrace what I've said today, and you see the fact that this narcissist did try to make you did try to instill self-doubt in you and make you think that you could be better or do better, and they're trying to occupy your vision. Even after they've discarded you or reverse discarded you or they're out of your life, they're trying to make you have a vision of them. They're trying to occupy your mind, heart, and soul. That's what they're trying to do. Okay, and you have to see through the tactic that they're doing. That's what they're doing. They want to go about their business with new supplies and stuff like that, and they want you focused on a world with you and them, like a vision between you and them. Like that's what they want, you in that mind state, because they know it prevents you healing. Okay, now you don't have to do too much. Naturally, things are going to occur the right way. If you I'm telling you that if you 100%, if you can get to a place where you have no desire to reach out to the narcissist, even if you have before, and you get to a place that you don't speak to the narcissist no longer, and you get to a place where you ignore their hoovers or their baiting or their fake profile, you ignore them, okay? Or you tell them to go away or whatever, right? If you can do that, you will go through a process of self-discovery, of self-improvement, and naturally you're gonna feel sickened by the narcissist, and that's exactly the place that I want you to be. Right? Sickened by them, disgusted by them, see them as a dusty weirdo. That was what they are, right? That's what I want from you. I need to touch on that because I said delusional. I couldn't think of another word, and I said lovesick afterwards. But I hope you understand what I mean by how far you go in this journey compared to where you are now, or where you've been. Where, like, those that have been in that place of where they saw a vision with the narcissist and saw a life with them, even after it ended, and they saw a life with them and they wanted them back and they want this. Like, when you come out the other side and you get over that and you get through that, however you want to look at it, over it, through it, when you look back on yourself and you think, oh my God. And for those that have reached out and got through it and or been dismissed by the narcissist or something like that, like, you're truly grateful to the Most High, to the universe, whatever your belief system is, that the narcissist did not take you up on your offering. You're truly like you're just so thankful that they walked out your life or reject or discarded you or whatever. Like you get to that place, and you can't believe that you was actually in love with this individual. Like, you'll see them as ugly. Like you'll be like, you don't even know how you found them appealing. You don't even know how you was attracted to them. This is how you'll be. I've spoken to many victims of narcissistic abuse, and this is what happens with them. Like, they don't know how they was even in love with the narcissist in the first place. They don't know what they saw in them. Okay? They don't know what they saw in them. And that's going to happen to you. That will happen to you. And that's why I said the word delusional. So I'm not calling you mentally ill or crazy or anything like that. I'm just saying that it's a lovesick state, a delusional state. I don't know a better word. I can't think of a word off the top of my head to describe it other than delusional. But I want you to know what you think isn't always what you think. Okay? What you're thinking now about you and them, if you are in that place, is not correct. It's actually been initiated by the narcissist. They've made you think that way by instilling this self-doubt and stuff. And you need to get through this and overcome it to get to the other side, to where you look back on that way of thinking, and you'd be like, oh my God, how the hell was I looking like that? How the hell was I thinking like that? That's how you'll be with the narcissist involved in your life. You just can't believe how you were thinking like that. So anyway, I hope this video makes sense. I'll be back on another video soon. Peace.